Kia ora mau bro, my name is Teaohou Burling. I come from Northern Chiefs from Waitangi, and yeah, I'm Māori, proud to be Hori. Everyone knows me as MALSTK, but yeah, everyone just calls me T. So kia ora.
Down below, remember them cold nights, I was sleeping on the floor. Always dreaming about a 4G, I don't feel at it down below. And they got no money on me, can't count no more. Remember I was in the...
What got me started to music, bro? I've always liked music, and I just fell in love with it, bro. You know, I wanted to be a producer when I was younger, so I went to go and try and follow being a producer. Then I found the program called Fruity Loops back then, bro. I was about 15, I think, 14, 15. Found the program called Fruity Loops, and yeah, sort of changed my life, bro. The way we used to make beats on the laptop was just used your keyboard, bro. We didn't have a piano or anything or MIDI controller. We just used the keys on the keyboard. And fucking next minute you end up figuring out what goes with what note goes with what, and what tune goes with this, and what sounds flat and what doesn't. Then you end up creating this sort of musical pattern in your head, bro. Yeah, I moved to Whangarei, bro. Then what happened was we ended up kicking it back with these fellas called Foulmouth Records. Back then with Ryan and the bro Justy, and he was quite good. And they sort of introduced me into the first recording studio that I had a chance to go on. And yeah, it was quite buzzy, bro, because as soon as I jumped in that booth, I sort of fell in love with it. Fell in love with the rapping, bro, and yeah, ended up just becoming a writer.
Nigga came from the bottom, I had to make it out. I was trapping in the box, I had to break out. Hurt my soul when the feds kicked in the vacant house. Black truck on the corner, see the steak out. See the dope boy pulling out the rafe out. Had to get my hood to the lake house. See the head chef bring my steak out. I was pouring up the leaders, swiping them visas. They thinking nigga Rondo, cause I always kept the Nina. Now my true wetter than you can see.
Back when we started up Foulmouth Records, we ended up going into Foulmouth as the Horis back then. We were just called the Horis, and it was me, the cousin Hennessy, which is Ashton, and the brother Breeze, which is Dotsky. Bro, we fell in love with music so much, bro. We just used to kick it in the garage every weekend and just create music and just to play it on our phone, bro. We didn't really promote it or anything. We just kicked it in the garage for years, bro, just jamming out, recording music and making heaps of different shit. And a couple of years went by, it must have been about 4 or 5 years. After that, I would have been like 25 at the time, 26. And we started making moves, bro, sort of trying to push it through social media and all that. And by the time we did that, bro, we ended up changing our name to HoriCollective, which was shout out to the brother Jack, because he was the other one that entered our crew too. Back then, when we formed HoriCollective, he was a founding member of that, and he also created the name as well, so appreciate it, bro. We were so inspired from what was happening in Northland at that time, because the hip-hop scene was fucking off the chain, bro. And the Horis at the time, we were sort of, you know, kicking in the garage and just doing our own shit for our own selves. And I ended up messaging the Naughty North Movement page to try and jump on board, because we didn't know shit on what to do, how the fuck to do this shit, bro. We were just fresh on the scene, we just knew how to make music, that's all we knew. And the bro Alkies ended up messaging me back on that same page, bro. He's like, bro, suss me up, bro, here's my personal page, add me up on there, then, and we'll talk about it. Then fucking, yeah, ended up messaging him, bro, and sussed him out, and we had a bit of a talk, and yeah, a couple of months later, Coastal Entertainment was formed, and that was appreciated, bro, because pretty much all the rappers in Whangarei were part of that, bro. It was a fucking pretty talented clip, bro, and I was appreciated to be a part of that, bro, and I learnt a lot, so yeah, they taught me a lot. Coastal Entertainment taught me a lot, bro, and even though we're still making music here and there, we just stopped making moves how we did at the start when we started with Coastal Entertainment. It was because we had to get back to reality, bro, and figure out, oh fuck, bro, we ended up losing 2 years. We lost 2 years of our time with our family, G, and we put it all into our music, so it was sort of like, oh, we need to find the balance, and we ended up, you know, giving everything a break, bro, and going back to our families and put time back into our kids and get a job, because at the time I ended up leaving my job and try and pursue this dream. which, you know, was pretty hard because in this industry, bro, you can't really make money, G. It's just fucking hard, bro. I had to go fucking find another job, bro, get me back on my feet and get my whānau back on my feet. And that's what I did, bro, for the next year and a half, maybe 2.
It's almost summertime. Wake up, sun's blasting through that window. Wake up, straight up, look at the clock, it's only 6:00. And I don't start till 8, but I'm already awake. So I take the milky lazy one to start the day. I got the chop, but it was worth a shot. Switch on the jug, and roll that ciggy up.
As soon as that COVID hit, the COVID-19 hit us all, bro, and it was definitely a downside for a lot of people out there. A lot of people were struggling and coping to deal with this shit, but at the same time, fuck, this shit was a blessing for us, bro, like especially for creative people like me, bro, you know, because we had nothing to do at the time but spend time with our kids, which I loved. That was the best part about it, bro, was spending time with my kids every day. And doing it for my, you know, fuck all day, every day I was with my kids, bro. And when it comes to the night time, I was like, yeah, fuck, I still had energy and all that sort of shit. Cause you know, during the day you're working out with your kids, doing workouts with them, making them run, and you're running with them. And you know, we ended up getting into a bit of a healthy buzz during the COVID-19. So when the night time came along, what else was there to do, bro? So I started creating music and reached out to a couple of people from Auckland and a couple of bros from Whangarei to help me create a bit of a project for me. Shout out to Brotherhood, shout out to Sir T, shout out to Jay Lewis, you know, all the bros that sort of helped me form what I have now. And shout out to, fuck, I can't forget this too, bro, the bro Maru, fucking Teaohou Creations, bro. He's fucking the man at the moment, and he's been pumping our shit. I never say my shit, like, you know, I'll say my shit, but at the end of the day, when we work together, bro, it's our shit. And you know, he's been pumping our shit through the social media buzzes, bro. So he's been a big help, bro, and I appreciate bros, every one of them, you know. And
stop dialing. Does your girlfriend think you're a fucking worthless loser? Good. Pick up the phone and start dialing. I want you to deal with your problems by becoming rich.
Call up the fireman urgently. Hey. Call up the fireman urgently. Hey. Phone night. Hey. Call up the fireman urgently. Pull up the curtains. I live in the world of uncertainty. My life is inurgent. My color look like a burgundy, but still I'm uncertain. I pull up emergency. Collision occurred. You know.
Alright, the Northland hip hop right now, I've always got love for the Northland hip hop, bro, you know. I know we all learnt a lot over these past years, bro, and I fucking feel that the future for Northland hip hop is fucking amazing, G. Like, you know, in the next 5 years, I'm so excited to see what it's like, especially if we keep going the way we are, bro. Because at the end of the day, this shit ain't a fucking just a small sprint, hey, bro. You sort of gotta look at it like a marathon, G. It like doesn't just happen fucking over 1 year or 2. You gotta look at it like 5 years to 10 to 15 years. You know what I mean? You gotta put your heart into it, bro, and your grind into it, and keep consistent. Because it is a marathon out there, bro. And I've watched a bit of Nipsey Hussle, bro, and how he sort of grinded it, and he's inspired a lot of us all, bro, you know. And fuck, he never stopped, you know. He didn't stop, bro. He did what he had to do to get his shit out there, and that's what I feel we have to do, bro, you know. I see Northland hip hop at a major level, at a major scale, you know. You know, we should be recognised throughout New Zealand, G, you know what I mean? Because we've been doing this shit long enough, and I know we all got the talent to do it, bro. The whole Northland is talented as fuck, bro, you know what I mean? We got so much young rappers out here that are fucking sick ass, bro, you know? And bro, I honestly think they're better rappers than me, bro, to be honest. And I fucking, bro, I praise that, bro. There's young rappers out there way better than me, bro, in the WHG that I've met, bro, you know? So I see a bright future for WHG, bro, and the reason why I do a lot of this shit is for our people, you know, for the WHG culture, for the hip hop culture itself. Fuck, if you wanted me to go back and real deep into it, bro, look at the fucking culture of this place in WHG and hip hop. It's a hip hop town at the end of the day. WHG is known for hip hop town, and it has been for the past years, bro. You know, and I've only been in WHG for the last 12 years, bro, and I appreciate this place, because without this place, I wouldn't be the man I am today.
If you don't know me, I'm a hori. That's a part of my business. Come from a place so naughty, honestly don't want to question. You see, this ain't nothing you do on a daily, so you best learn the lesson. What it do?
Yeah, Rangatahi, bro, is... I got mad love for them, bro. I remember when we did this little gig over Cabo Intermediate with the bro Alkies. We came together and formed a little program. It was to help build confidence through especially students that are bullied, bro, and had no confidence in themselves, you know. And we sort of came to the school and we had a 6-week program, bro. We went in once a week and helped school these kids on how to either rap, either sing. The other one was either if you can't do any, if you don't want to do any of that stuff, you can either dance, play a beat in the background, or you know, play something or instrument or bang something. You know, as long as you get up on stage, just show a performance, bro. At the end of the day, on that stage, yeah, we came together. We went in once a week. By the end of it, bro, we got a few groups together from that class we were working with. One of them, there were like 5 of them in that group, and there was 3 of them playing the drums on a few fucking random thing that we found around the school, bro. It was like plastic drums and a bit of, I don't know, a hammer or something. So they ended up jumping on stage with these instruments, bro. We called them instruments, and there were 2 rappers there, bro, that sort of stood up and you know, performed in front of their school, bro. And there was like 700 kids, bro. About that, fuck, there was heaps of kids, bro. Because we had to perform there as well. I got the Kazi Henny to jump on with us, and Shan's helped us as well. Shan's helped us up through that, and yeah. Then fucking long story short, bro, all these kids, we got about 3 kids up there doing their thing, and got them off stage, and the buzz wasn't fucking teaching them the stuff and helping them learn the stuff. The buzz was actually seeing them grow from it, bro. And we've seen them grow so much over the 6 weeks we were there, bro. So, and those were the 2 that sort of highlighted me, bro. These 2 girls that were getting bullied. And by the end of it, bro, she sort of fucking, she was so proud of herself, bro, after the performance, because she ended up jumping on stage and singing, bro. You know, she ended up singing a song. And for anyone that has no confidence, I can tell you this, bro, you'll shit your undies, and that's for real. And for her to do that on stage and jump off it, and feeling proud for herself, and you know, she was a buzz, bro, and she was such a girl that just, you know, she was sitting like this, bro. And by the time we left, bro, she had her head high, you know, and that was the buzz scene, bro, you know.
What it is when you see Hori see like an animal, like the wolf in the street need an antidote. With the back that I keep leaving radical, keep it sick with your feet and collateral. So I'm sick to the teeth.
At the moment, we got a thing called, I started up a thing called Thursday Verse Day. Thursday Verse Day is what it's called. So every Thursday we get someone in from the Northland. It doesn't have to be exactly from Whangarei. You can come from Kaitaia if you want to, you know. Come and record in Whangarei for a couple of hours, all good. As long as you come, you know, bring your material and you're on point, you know what you're doing, you know what you got to record, and you can get shit done. So I've opened up something for, it's not so much for our rangatahi, but that's the idea, bro, is giving it back to our rangatahi, bro. I'm opening it up to the public, bro, you know. It's for our people to have a chance to record something, bro, you know, because a lot of people, I know for a fact, I didn't have the material when I was a kid, bro. When I was a teenager, I didn't have a studio to record my shit or make beats on, bro. It was like quite hard for me, bro, you know, even though as much as I wanted to do it, I didn't have the material to do it, or the education to do it, or, you know, that sort of shit, bro. So I've opened it up to the public, and yeah, that's what it's about at the end of the day, because it's giving back to our community, G. Without our community, we ain't shit, G, you know, and fuck, I want my love for our community, that's real.
Who that? 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 I didn't wanna go there. Now that I'm on my way up and I'm never able to come down, said never count me out, forever on the route, trapped up in the ground, unleashing the foul.
Released the clothing brand, and that's what it's about, just fucking releasing the clothing brand, bro, and just building up the kete. So we've got a bit of a system going on. We've reached out to our brothers and sisters at Soil and Sand, and they've given us the opportunity to relaunch some more clothing, bro, relaunch some more more merchandise. We're just gonna have a continuous cycle of merchandise, bro. So there's a bit of a system there where we use a payment system where it goes elsewhere and it gets divvied up and it gets built and it sort of goes back and it just keeps circulating, bro. So no one touches it. It's just gonna build its kit in. The end of the goal is, you know, during that time, you know, at the end of the day, money is money, and we have to use money to pursue what we are, what we're doing as artists, bro, which is music. So some of that funds might go into like collaborating with mainstream local talent or overseas talent, bro. Like, you know, I've reached out to a few people through emails and I've got a few prices and, you know, put a few set goals here and there. But like I said, G, a wall doesn't get built in one day. It's just one brick at a time. So we slowly got to get there, G, and make shit happen.
Runner, do keep it 100. The stunner of thunder, it's making you one of the sun to be rising the peak on the east. What can I seek in the keeping them under the fong of they base? Where I relate, it's making them weak or it's making them great. Harder than ever I serve on the plate. It's like, what can I say? It's like, for goodness sake.
But what kind of keeps you going? What's the main theme? The one main thing that kind of keeps you going doing music or your merch or whatever? What's the one thing that's on your mind when you're doing that?
My goals, bro. I got a few goals. You know, I've written a few goals down. Yep. I'm so eager to achieve these goals. You know, I want to, bro, and I believe that I can. I just need to keep going. Yep, fun words. Go search us up on HoriCollective, HORI Collective, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. If you want to go check my new shit out on YouTube, I dropped some new shit. Go check it out. MALSTK HoriCollective. That's MALSTK HoriCollective. Shout out to the whole Northland, the Naughty North, bro. The Naughty North. I got mad love for the Naughty North, bro. I do this shit for the Naughty North. I do this shit for my fans, bro. And I am a family man, G, at the end of the day. And yeah, so I'm gonna, bro, I should have wrote a list down, G. Fucking shout out to OBC, shout out to fucking drug fucks, shout out to Alcoholics, DHC, shout out to ECAL, shout out to Capsy, shout out to fucking, bro, there's so much, G. What else is out there? Fucking Creative Minds. Bro, you got so much talent around the North, bro. Just shout out to everyone around the North showing love, you know, and doing this shit and trying to make a move out of it, bro, because I believe we all can do this shit. We just got to put our minds and energy in the right places and we'll achieve our goals. Shout out to my brothers at Coastal Entertainment, can't forget them, bro, because I got mad love for them, man. And they've taught me a lot, you know, and I acknowledge that all the past years that we've been through, I fucking honoured and privileged that, and I take that as a big learning curve. Shout out to everyone that wants to be a Hori. If you're a Hori, bro, you're a fucking Hori, G. Doesn't matter what colour you are, bro. Fuck, if you're Indian, all good. Bro, are you a Hori, bro? Fucking notes, cuz. You're a fucking Hori, G, if you think you're a Hori, brother. Bro, if you're a fucking white, G, all day, fucking Hori, cuz. If you think you're a Hori, you're a Hori, bro. This is a culture, G. This ain't a multi-culture, it's a fucking culture. We're building a culture, bro. That's what it is.
Street homie rolling with sharks, and they all out here trying to eat something better beyond. I know you dig is going